outside, I have quite the bulk load here of tomatoes and peppers. That this was kind of my last harvest. So today is one of the days that we got really cold outdoors. And if you, I don't know if you can see outside, but from through the windows, it's overcast, it's cold. So it makes it feel like one of those days you just want to cozy up with some hot chocolate or something. Okay, but one of the plan here is to, so I can separate some of this stuff. Tomatoes that are already ripened, I'm going to put it in my fridge. And the ones that haven't ripened quite yet, like these, like they just started to ripen, I'm going to put these on the counter and let them continue to ripen. Now, I don't want like my tomatoes or peppers to go to waste. So although I'm going to leave some of them like on the counter or stuff like that, I am going to make like some sort of tomato sauce or something that I can freeze and use it later. Okay, because nothing here I don't want to go to waste, and that's the plan here right now. I do have like some jalapenos. I have habanero peppers and different kind of tomatoes. But if you guys have any idea as to how I can utilize the tomato besides just making sauce, leave me a message in the description just to give me some ideas or so, you know, because my mind is not set on the tomato sauce yet. I don't use tomato sauce that often, so I don't want to make a lot of tomato sauce and then, you know, it's just sitting. But I do use tomato chunks. I do use, sometimes I do use like roasting tomatoes if I want to put it in like a soup or something like that. But you guys just give me some ideas. I'm just going to separate them so I know what's going in the refrigerator and what's going to stay on the counter. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. And I want to cook some dinner. Sometimes I plant stuff and I just can't remember what I plant. So I know these are jalapeno, so I do have a lot of jalapeno peppers. All all spring and summer long, I've been harvesting jalapeno peppers when I want to cook it, or if I want to do something else with it. I've been harvesting jalapenos, so I got a lot of those. The habanero pepper I also did. I lately started getting a lot of tomatoes during the summer. During the spring I got 1 and 2 here and there, but I got the bulk load of it during the summer. And so I was just giving it away, because one is that I was taking a lot of different time off, vacation and stuff like that, and I had my neighbors watering my plants and stuff for me, and as long as I got tomatoes, I agreed that they can take it and do whatever. So I wasn't using a lot of tomatoes at that time. Now I want to preserve some of the ones that I have here left, so I can get a little bit, at least to take me maybe through the holidays. Okay, and like I said, I don't really use, although I plant a lot of tomatoes, I don't use tomatoes in every meal. I don't use tomato sauce a lot. I use it sometimes when I do pasta, or I might make some sort of like ground beef or so that calls for tomato sauce or something like that. But I don't use it all the time. Okay, so in order to save these tomatoes, I just don't know yet. I really do have to figure it out, okay? Because I don't want anything to go to waste. The green ones, I'm going to put it on top of my counter, and I'm sure in a day or 2 or so, a lot of them are going to start to ripen. Especially the ones that already have like a reddish color. I know I'm going to get a lot of those to ripen pretty fast. The peppers, I don't know if this turns red, if it sits on the counter, or if it's still going to remain green. I don't know, but I got quite a few of them. Now, if this turns red, I know that I can make a really good pepper sauce. Otherwise, I'm probably could maybe like pickle the green one or something like that, so I have continuously have peppers. I'm gonna do some research today to see what I can do with all this stuff so that I can still use it. Okay, I keep mentioning I don't want it to go to waste, and I think the more I think about it, or the more I have it in my head that I don't want anything to waste, I'm gonna be on the safe side of not letting anything go down. I do have some long bean asparagus here, which we call bora, and this here I can put this in any dish. I can literally just cut this up and put it in a small Ziploc bag and freeze it until I'm ready to use it. So this one is like piece of cake. This one is easy. I have a few green peppers here. I can do the same with that. I can just cut it up and freeze it until I'm ready to use it. And some cayenne pepper. Now, because I have just a little, I can freeze that as well, because cayenne pepper it's not hot. You can put it in almost anything with vegetables and stuff. You can put some cayenne pepper or anything that calls for cayenne pepper. So I'm not too big on this, but I do tell myself that next year I'm not gonna plant too many cayenne peppers, because I got so much and I didn't really know what to do with it. So I was giving it away to like neighbors and stuff like that. I literally didn't know what to do with it. Like, I had too much. I know I could have dried some of them, but I started off drying some of them, and some of it I got successful with, and some of it I wasn't so successful with. Like when I put it in the oven and let it, really dry out and get crispy and powdery and stuff, that works, but it takes a long time. So I gotta find a different way of taking care of stuff like this. But again, someone told me that I can maybe like bottle up the jalapeno peppers as well, which I know that I can. I'm just not an expert in that area, and I don't want to bottle up something and kill myself, because if you don't bottle up stuff properly, do it correctly, you can poison yourself, so I want to make sure that I do it correctly before I actually started becoming a whole or start making it a whole professional thing as to, you know, growing in the garden and bottling up stuff and all that stuff. But anyway, I am talking a lot. I do have a few eggplants. I got quite a few eggplants that I harvest maybe like 2 days ago or so, 2-3 days ago, and I had it on the counter. But I think today I'm gonna maybe cook that out because I don't want that to go bad. It's been there, I think, more than 2 days. It's probably been there maybe like 4 or 5 days already, and I really want to use it. The good thing about having vegetables from your own garden is that it does not go bad so fast. So although that's been on the counter for maybe 4 or 5 days, it's still good. Okay, if I had bought that from the grocery store, within a day or two I would have had to move it, or I would have had to cook it, because it would go bad based on whatever they spray on these vegetables. But because I grow that myself, I was able to leave it on the counter and not worry about it. The same thing goes with these. Because I'm growing it myself, it's gonna take a little while before it, you know, anything starts happening to it. But again, I just need to get on it, because if you don't get on stuff like this really fast, it kind of falls behind and then you end up wasting it. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna cut this, wash it up, and then put all this stuff away. Yeah.
Cobblestones glisten, the city hums low.
So I also have some acorn squash, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this as well. I don't think I've ever cooked acorn squash, but I ate it before. I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna figure out. I'm probably gonna research maybe a recipe, or maybe how to roast it or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna look this up as well. There's some things I have in my kitchen as though they're decoration, but I do have to use them up because I don't want it to go to waste. I have a lot of basil outside that I have to harvest as well, because that does not do well with the cold weather. But I think I'm gonna plan for the basil maybe tomorrow to go back out there, because I was a little exhausted and I didn't want to stay out there and trying to pull in some more stuff. There's basil, there's some more fresh thyme that I can cut and maybe dry or something like that. But I'll probably do that another day. I did bring in, I show you guys in these jars. I saved some thyme, and I want this to get like rooted, because if I can get this to rooted, then I can plant it next year, but we'll see. It have a few dead leaves that I gotta take off. We do not have room for dead leaves.
Cafe lights shimmer, their glow softly spills on lovers and loners and lifelong ideals. Each sip of the moment is brewed with intent. Flavor of life with a note of content. reflections in the rain.
I'm hoping that this continues to grow.
Each drop
I have one over here and I have one over there.
us heal.
We'll see.
The piano keeps time for the heart's tender sway, and the quiet affirms what no words need to say.
Well, this day turned out to be very productive for me. I got to harvest all my vegetables. I got to cook dinner. That was about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it that you can take away for whatever reason. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.